We're going to do a chart replay on Friday, May 29th with sound this time. Okay, so first things to do in the mornings is you want to know these pre-market levels, pre-market high, pre-market low. And then I switch to a 15-minute chart. And I want to know yesterday's previous high. And I like to mark it out. See this candle right here? There's end of day. So I would mark this out right here. There's my previous day high zone for regular trading hours. I want to know where that's at always. And the low's way down here. Mark that out as well. Pull it all the way across. Now where are we at? Come back up here. And also good thing to know is previous day close, which should be right there. I believe that's where that will be. Get all the way over here. Nope, way down here. Right. That's going to be previous day close. Blue line. Also the bottom of your previous or your pre-market low. All right. We're on our 1 minute. Market has opened, so everything's going right along. Now I want to start figuring out, are we bullish or bearish currently? Obviously, we are bullish with the break of that high right there. Okay, this is I trade market structure. Strong lows, strong highs. So here's your high, right? Here's a low. Price comes up. Wow, shit. Let's do this. Coming down, down. We pop up, we break. Yeah, this is a strong high that broke. Because this should hold price down. And it didn't. And here we go. We're off. And we're going up. So, you're getting a pullback right here. But in this case, I would be looking at this low way down here. And we're going to change that to white. Now everything will be, my zones will all be white. Okay. So, let's play this and see what happens. All right, we get a pullback, shoot up. Here's our high point, and we break. Now, where's our low before that caused the break? Well, it's this candle right here. Okay? And I would be looking for price to dip down into it, and we get a tap, and off we go. I don't trade the first 30 minutes just because price is so volatile. I mean, this zone is it's a 20-point zone. It's not that bad, but I would still wait it out. And look what happens. We get a tap, a little bit deeper, and we push to a new high. So there's another break. Now where's the lowest candle that made the new high? Would be this one. So this zone's pretty much dead. Don't need that zone no more. So we pop up, we come down, we tap, we go inside, and we pop back out. And we made a new high. So now this zone's no good. So we broke, and because this candle is the lowest candle with that wick, technically I would draw it like this. However, price can't just tap the top of this candle. It would have to break below this white line and dip down into it to keep going. See what happens. There's our tap, tap, and we pop right back out of it. Another new high. Right there. So if you were wanting to take this, 57. Jesus, that's 25 points right there. I mean, that's still a lot of room, and we're not past the first 30 minutes yet. Oh, zone's dead. Zone's been used. Don't care for that zone no more. We broke. Where's our new zone? This candle right here. That's what I would use. Look, we almost get that tap right there, and we shoot out. Let's see if we actually do get a tap. Nope, we just keep going. So we went up. Here's our high. There's our break. I don't like wicks. I want candle closures. There's our candle closure. Now we need price to come back and see this little swing area right here. It's technically lower than the rest. So I would draw pretty much this candle out. Remember, this zone hasn't been tapped yet. This is still valid. We want to keep this on here, and you'll see why maybe today, but at some point you'll see why I like to keep these untapped zones. And what do? We come up, we tap, and we pop right back out of it again. But see, if you would have used this candle, you wouldn't have got the tap. But see, you can see how that green candle is just a little slightly lower than the rest of them. And we tap out. And that would be a new high. Entry would be, I would have a limit order here. And target's there. So what, this is 91, 75, about a 14-point zone for a, what is that, 90, a little over a 20-point win. Not bad. So this was the high. See how we just wicked it? I don't count that as a break. This is the candle that broke. This candle. So where does price have to come back to? It's going to come back and more than likely tap this candle right here. And what do? It happens almost immediately. You tap out, it retraces, taps in, and we pop her right back out. This zone is used. This zone is used. And we just keep going higher. There's no reason to short this until we get a break of one of these zones. So, and look at that. We pop up, a bunch of wicks up here indicating rejection, right? So we pop up, here's our high. All we're doing is wicks, 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 and we reject out of it. And we're back into this zone that I would not use because I've already used it here. It's been used. I would not trust it here to hold price. And we have an untapped zone down here, which could be a magnet for price. So, up, no new high, right? That means this zone is still it's still a valid zone. You just don't want to trade from it. And this is the zone that has to break to switch bearish. And a wick does not count, right? So we wicked it there. Then we broke. Okay, then we broke. Now, it's this candle right here. You can see how this wick's a little bit taller than these wicks. I would use this candle. So you want price to come down, right? What do I like? I like this. We're doing this number, doing this number, doing this number. We go up, bam, we broke. Now what has to happen? We should come back up and drop again. That's what I'm looking for when these zones fail. Otherwise, it's just a continuation play when these zones fail. So, this would be our short zone. See what happens. And we do not tap back in. We are still going down. And this untapped zone didn't do shit. We went right through it. You don't really want to play these untapped zones because this can happen. But at the same time, you want to know where they're at. Because a lot of times we'll come down, we could hit this untapped zone. And if this zone holds, you better watch out because we're more than likely making a new high. Like price is going to be aggressive and it's just going to push and go. And we might see that today, or I'll have to do another video on that. But it does happen. I believe Thursday on the 28th, we had a bunch of these. And maybe I'll do that video next. Okay, so we come down. We've already broken. And there's no play here until price comes back up into here. It can do whatever it wants to do. For all I care, it could keep dropping. But price needs to come down, come back up into here for me to go short. And there we go. We tap it, tag it, tap, and we reject out of it. I mean, bam. So that's, we'll just say 500. That's a roughly 19, 20 point zone right there. And your target is the new low. I'm not going to lie to you. Very seldom do I hold to the new low. Price goes my direction and I'm already moving my stop to break even and I'm taking a win at somewhere. If I'm getting 25 points right here, more than likely I'm out. That is more than enough for me. I'm happy. That is great. But ultimately, the target would be a new low. That's what price should do, right? Think of this. We come up, we come back down. Price should break the low. Price should break the low. And what do you know? Bam. Broke it. Your line goes here. We broke the low. This zone is dead. And now you have a new zone to play from. And you see how this green candle is slightly higher than the red candle. It's the green candle I would be looking to short from if price returns back up there. And you also got to watch, now we're coming into this pre-market area. Sometimes you get a really nice bounce out of here. So if you were holding short into this, this needs to be careful. You need to watch this level. Bounce, bounce, down, nothing, no play. And there we go, we broke again. So we come down, price pulls back up, and we break again. This is the low right here, okay? It's this low. This was the lowest point. We shot up, we come down. This looks more like a liquidity grab to push back up, liquidity order, I don't care what you call it. I'm not going to use this as a low. I'm going to use this as my low, right? So we come down, we pop up. We don't even make it above the white line, which is not nice price action because price should come down and it should pop back up into this whole swing area, this whole swing point. We should come back up into here before it dumps. We didn't even get that opportunity. Didn't even happen. I'm sure if you switch over to ES and track ES while you're tracking NQ, ES more than likely went up, hit somewhere up in here before it rolled back over. But regardless, we're only looking at NQ. So price breaks. So now we have a new high, a new strong high to play from. And I would probably draw this candle out right there. Okay, that's huge zones still, like 6. Jesus, that's almost a 35-point zone. That's pretty big to go short from. But also notice how we just busted right through that pre-market level. Now we're tagging yesterday's previous day high area. And holy moly, look at this little tiny zone right here that never got delivered to. See how price left it and we never came back down here? And now look at us tagging it. But is it enough to actually give a good push back up? Or does it just stall price and slow us down before we keep going lower? That's why I would not take a trade from here. This could be bad. This is hard, aggressive movement down. And more than likely, this is just stalling the move. Even though it is lined up with previous day high, I would still be cautious right here. And wow, no, we get a beautiful bounce out of it. I would not have been playing this because I would have been playing this to roll back over. So we pop up, we tag. Again, that's a huge zone, but look at how we tag and we reject. I mean, that's a rejection of 8, 9 points right there. So regardless, you could limit order here, let price go down and move your stop And if anything, you're out at break even because of this little wick right here. On the chance that it just dumps right back down. So what do? We come down, we pop back up. This candle has to break for us to flip back bullish. This is all bearish price action. These are just pullbacks. And we pop up into it, mess around, and eventually we do dump. So this is, I don't have the balls to play this, right? This is huge. However, do notice this zone held, that candle right there that we marked out, held price and pushed it back down. Did it take a little while? Yes, it did. But looky there. There's your low. There's our target. So almost 30 points right there. The zone. And I guess if you're playing minis or micros, it would work. So there's 6 all the way to 45. So what, 60 points right there? You could have caught 60 points on this move down. So we broke. Now, where's our high? You really want a swing high candle, and you don't really have one. This is all kind of downward price action. We really don't have a good pullback after this broke. We're still headed down. So as of right now, this zone's dead. Let's back it up. As of right now, I would be looking at this candle as the candle needed to push price lower. So we come down, you do get a small pop right here and a push back down, and I'm sure on a 15-second chart or a 5-second chart, this is a really nice short. But I'm not going to break down 15-second or 5-second right now. It's all the same movements, we're just doing a minute chart until this gets hammered in several of these videos, and then we'll drop down to 15-second chart and then incorporating a 15-second chart in with the 1-minute chart and trading in the direction of prices going. So we're coming down. Down, down, down. Down, down. So we blew right through previous day. So notice we get a tap here, right previous day high, and we pop out aggressively. And we come back into it for a second time. When you're coming back into these kind of places for a second time, it just makes this zone weaker. This previous day high zone becomes weaker. I would not expect this kind of reaction again. I mean, does it happen? Yes. But regardless, I wouldn't be trading from this zone. This could be too volatile of an area for things to happen. There's yesterday's close. We come down and tag. And yesterday's close and pre-market low we're tagging. So we come down, now we're kind of pulling back up. Pulling back up, and we're above our white line now. We're into this swing point, but how far do we go? Do we come all the way up into here to roll back over? Because that's the short zone right here. All this price action does not matter. This will get you tore up. This will get you eaten up. This is choppy. This you just don't know, because price doesn't have to come back up here. It could have hit this EMA right here, which it does a lot, and it'll roll over and make a new low. Again, not something you really want to trade from. And what happens? We miss it by 2 points. No tag by like 2 points right there. So close, but no entry. I'm sure if you switch over to ES, it probably tagged the zone. So comes down, you get a beautiful reaction, beautiful rejection out of it. We come back up for a second time. Still we don't get there to tag it. And we roll over maybe again. Zone is still valid. Still haven't tapped it. So when price comes down and we come back up and we miss this and we come down and we stop, like see this little swing candle right here? On some lower time frame, this area is probably a strong low that's pushing price back up. Probably the 15-second. Even though our 1 minute is still very bearish. There's our tap. what do? We wick it, wick out the top. Yucky, yucky, yucky. So if you were taking that trade, remember that's 98, about a 40 points right there. Would have been a loser. A lot of times if price comes up and it gets really close to your zone on any time frame and you get this nice beautiful rejection, there's a good chance when it comes back up into it and we start to tag it, I wouldn't be playing it short, because it's almost like we already got the reaction here. Even though we didn't tag it, we already got a beautiful reaction here. And more than likely when we come back and you go up inside this zone, it's not going to hold. That's just what I've experienced. That's what I've seen. As much as I would want to go short right here on this zone, it's really risky to do it, because a lot of times price is just going to blow straight through it. Goodness, we're only 10 o'clock and we're 20 minutes in. Okay, so we wick it. So we're still bearish because we haven't closed yet. I like a candle close. So let's see what happens. So ideally, right, we come up into this strong high. Ideally, think of the drawing, right? Where's my drawing? Oh, I can't move the whole thing. Well, we're going the wrong way, but think of the drawing, right? We're coming down, go down, we're going down, well, going down, then we come up, and we don't hit, we don't break. What should price do? Whoops. Should continue in the direction we're going, because we did not break the high. We did not break the high. So, here we go. See what happens. This is pretty much a chop fest right here. Right? For me, this is untradeable, because look, we're just dragging this out. This is still holding price down. Every time we come up into it, look at that. Bam, rejection, 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 rejection. Another tap, rejection. So this is basically what you call ranging price action. And you can see the candle that's holding the range right there. Right? Come down, pop up, down, doop, 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 and we go up. This candle, right, with this kind of move, if we would have broke, we should have broke, this would be your strong low right here, right? Lowest candle, all this is just up, 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 up action. And now we tap into it, and boom, 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 just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Speed this up, and there you go. We break out of it. Now, here's your line. Here's your shift. Bullish, right? So, think about it. We held right here. Oh, man. Right? Let's do this again. Held right here. Now we broke. What happens after we break? At some point, we come back down again, and somewhere in here, do this. And that's what's going on right now, right? We broke. We should trade down into here somewhere. Like this little candle right here looks really nice for a strong low, because this is the last candle that pushed up, right? Down, up. It's this candle. And let's see if price comes down and if we tag it and we go back higher. And that would be a 10-point zone. Not a bad zone to play if we get down there. Almost, so you got to be careful. Just like I said a minute ago, it got really close and we got a really nice reaction out of it. And if you want to look at it like this, you can say this candle, you can call this a weak high, right? We come down, moving up a really nice, this weak high held price and pushed it back down. You've got to pay attention to this, because when this happens, I'm almost going to say this zone will not hold, and because this weak high push price down. See what happens. And what do? We break right through it. See the break? Bam. There's your break, right? With this red candle right here. So if you're trying to go long here, your stop's there, you're out. But it could have been avoided because we came down, we didn't tag it, and then we popped right back up, and all of a sudden the weak high is pushing price back down. And we popped all the way through. So we come down, come back up. This doesn't really exist for my purposes, but you need to know about it. So there's our candle that should push price down. What do we do? Come down, you got an immediate reaction, but we didn't tag it. Again, not tagging. Let's see what happens. Price comes up, should roll back over. This zone is no longer valid to trade out of, but because of all this support down here, you might want to watch it to see if it holds. Just to see what happens. Just to be aware. Know that it's there. Don't short into it. Yucky, yucky, yucky. So we come up. You do get a reaction, but then we blow right through it. And I can't help but think, here we go again, where you got really close and got a really fast move away from it. And then we go through. There's your break. And now it would be this little candle right there. Lowest candle made the high. Last low made the high. Here we go. See if we come down. There's your tag. And yuck, we failed right through it. Not looking good, not looking good. There's your break. This becomes, I would probably use this candle, that green candle right there, because it takes in the red candle. I would use it like that. And we pop up, and we just roll right on over for another new low. Right there. Untapped zone. Got to watch that. You want to know about those. And now it's this candle. So we come out, almost tap right back into it and go lower. So let's see if we just get a big gap right there. I don't know what happened right there. I'm going to say we made a new low right here. Right, and then you have this candle, untapped zone, does not hold price. And what are we tapping out of? We haven't made it here yet, just out of curiosity. So we're going back up now. And doesn't tap anything. So we break, right? Here's your low that you want to hold to push back up. So we broke, pull back, now we're going back up. And we screw around, and we fail. So you could have taken this and you would have popped out, you would have popped up, and if you had just set your stop loss, if anything, it would have been a break even, not a total loss. Or you could have caught some points in there. But we roll over for a new low. And into this area. So, keep playing along here. So I would use this whole little area right here, because it's that green candle and that's the swing high. You could take in the whole candle, but I would kind of want price to come up a little bit higher. Beautiful. So, all right, we come down, you pop up, and bam. And target is always the low, right? And as long as it wicks it, whatever long as it tags, you're out. Okay, so 82. I don't know what, almost 30 points, 27 points right there, 25 points, something like that. I'm not great at math, but you know, bam. For 82, about a 9-point risk. Not too bad. But we didn't break, right? So this high's still in play until this low breaks. We don't have anything new. See what happens. There's your break. Bam. We broke. New high right there. This zone's dead. Untapped zone. Untapped zone we want to be aware of. All our other zones have been filled. So, does this hold price down? So far, we're coming out of it. Let's see what happens. And we wicked it, and then we rolled over. So, right, you go short. 5-6 points right there. You go short, move your stop to break even, comes down a little bit lower, and you're either out at break even or you're taking, I don't know, 5 points, 6 points, 8 points, something like that. Not getting greedy, because you got to think too. What is this zone? What's down here? Previous day low. And yeah, we've already traded through it, but are we trading through it just to pop up and now is it support again to go back up higher? I don't know. Something you need to be aware of. So this wick doesn't count as a flip or as a shift, right? This is no shift, right? Didn't close. We're waiting for this to break. Candle closure below the white line, and all we're doing is wicking, wick. There's your break. Break right there. Now what is it? It's this candle. Okay? And we're breaking through previous day. So, and we go straight down. And nice bounce, even though it didn't happen over here, from yesterday's close. Okay, so we come down, right? Come down. Now price has to come back up to keep going lower. There's the zone, and we went right through it. Straight through it. So, boom, there's our line. We broke. So what happens? You enter here, it pops up, it goes for you, you move your stop to break even, and you're out at break even, and you don't get caught in this. You have to use your stops and you have to move them, because this could have popped up, rejected out, and could have just rolled right on over. Or it does this nonsense. So we broke here. So now you're looking for your low. I would use this candle right there. Yuck. And we tag right through it. Doesn't even give you a chance here to get out of break even. That's just straight up loss. Bam, boom. And then we come down and we're popping right back up. So let's back this up, because this zone's dead. Right, now we flip back bearish. Now it's this zone. Price is doing some crazy shit right now. I don't even know if I would trust anything, but we're playing the zone, so went right through it. Some days are better than others. You just have to judge it and know where you are. Are these zones not respecting because of this previous day low right here, or previous day high? Possibly, could be. Very easily. But you also have these untapped zones up here that are a draw on price, in my opinion. So we broke, right? I didn't draw on the spot. So we broke. Now price would have to come down. Yuck, it's this candle. I would use that candle right there for the tap to go higher. And this is just pretty much all straight up until we go in here. That's a nice pullback, but now we need a candle close. And we don't get it, so this zone's still valid. See if it holds, or if we even get a tap in. Yucky, yucky, yucky. And straight through. So here we go. Now it's this high. When you partner this with ES and you track ES, a lot of times you'll see that ES is tagging these areas when NQ's not, or NQ's tagging the areas and ES isn't. And if they're both moving together, it's a little bit easier to trade. You get smoother trades. And I have no idea what this is. The candle, news candle, something, I have no idea. So, here we go. And we kind of pop up and back down, didn't get there, untapped zone, and we broke. Now it's this. So we broke, we come down, we tag. Takes a few minutes, but we do roll over for a new low. Right there. So with that low being broke, this one's no longer valid. Now we have a new one, which would have been this one right here. Sometimes you got to be fast, right? So we broke. Those candles did break. You can see them, they did break. And when price comes up and starts just rejecting right here, we're going back down. And that indeed we did for a new low. For our purposes of being out of the trade, right? Tag, I want it to break here, and we tag there. Did we get a candle close? No, but we got a wick that would get us out of the trade. So this shit doesn't happen. And what do? We come down, fulfill our job of being out of the trade, and then we shoot back up. So you draw your line there. And now it's this candle I would use. See if we get there. Untapped zone's up here. Remember, you just want to be aware of them. Untapped zones. So what happens? We come up. This did break a high, but there's no swing low. There's no actual valid pullback, right? We just kind of bloop and pop back up. Maybe on a lower time frame this is a valid pullback, but this, to me, this isn't really much of anything. Even though if you did trade it like that, you would have got a pop out of it. But I probably would not be counting this. So we come up, and we just kind of roll over, and we're coming back down. We're going to tag this area and go back up. Maybe, maybe not. There's your break. Valid break right there. Okay, we come up, up, roll over. Bam, there's your low. Right? Right here. Low. Untapped zone. Ooh, there's that untapped zone. And what happens here? We tap in, and we're trying to reject out of it. And we blow right through it. So, untapped zones, you want to know about them. I wouldn't necessarily be playing from them. If anything, it's going to slow price down. I would not, because we're currently bullish, right? We boom, we broke, come down, barely tagged into this area right here where my white line is. Back up, wicked it down, broke it, and we're going up. This is bullish price action. I would not expect this zone to really hold price down. Like, a lot of people are going to be trying to short here, supply and demand traders, whatever. They're looking at this as a perfect place to go short, and we act like we're going short. They start loading up, and then boop, just push it higher. Another untapped zone, but we are bullish. You can't trade them. You have to know about them. They are magnet for price. See what happens to this one. So, okay, hold on. So this is all straight up, straight up, straight up. Here's a valid high and a valid pullback. There's your little candle to trade from, right? You broke, we immediately come down, tap into it, and we immediately pop back out. Popping into this zone right here. That's an untapped zone. You just need to be aware of it. Because it's trying to reject from here, would I necessarily be going long right here? Probably not, because it is a zone. We are bullish, but you could roll over, or just be aware that, you know, it's a non-point risk. Just be aware that it could just crash right through. In this case, it didn't. It did make a new high. But was it worth it? That was 9 points. You enter here, 30. You're looking for that to break. 40, you're getting 10 points, so about a 1-to-1 right there. And you got it. And then price breaks through. So kind of rejects out of there. And then you draw your line there. Now, it's actually this whole red candle, but I'm going to draw from the white line to here. Right? And we come in. Now do we reject back out of it? There's a lot of space down here to cover. Right? You got an untapped zone here. Good chance we go down. Or we just shoot right back up through it. And what is this? So now we're coming into our last 10 minutes. So when price coming down right here, we come up. Right, you're tagging, trying to come out. Boom, this zone's still held. And then we roll back out, but you did get a candle closure there. Last 10-15 minutes is kind of tricky. So you did get a candle closure there. Right, when you pop up, this candle would have been your zone, but instead we get an immediate. Let's go ahead and draw it. So this would be your candle you're playing from. We come down, you wick it out, you pop back up, and you roll back over. Yucky, yucky. And more wicks. And end of day. So that's how Friday the 29th would have played out. Not such great price action, a little bit better than what it has been, but still pretty tough. I'm sure if you drop down on the 15-second and do this same thing, it might be a little bit better, or even the 5-second. But you have to be aware of, oh, look at this untapped zone. Did we ever get there? Totally untapped. No, we did not. We never got there again. Oops, I moved it. At some point, price will come here. Will it reject out of it? Will we go through it? I don't know. But something will happen here. Eventually. Eventually we'll go there. Just like these untapped zones down here. Well, that's Friday. And that's all I got.